Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah. Blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. Platinum artist, platinum songwriter. I'm gonna get right into it. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, or hit the bell notification if you want to be one of the first people to get some of this straight game when I drop it. I'm gonna get right into it. The question today comes from a young lady from Tupelo, Mississippi, and the question is it true that 2Pac married Keisha Morris, who became his wife while he was in prison, to get conjugal visits? Wow. That's a good question, I would say. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The only person that would know why he married Keisha Morris is 2Pac. And the only person that would know why she married 2Pac is Keisha Morris. But I did a little research, and I'm going to get into that, and hopefully it'll answer your question. But I'm going to say this from what I understand in regards to why people sometimes do that, get married while somebody's in jail. Number one, there's a lot of benefits other than just having sex that you get if you're married and it's your wife. You know what I mean? Whatever the prison rules are, in regards to, having a spouse, versus a girlfriend, it's a little bit different. I think you can have like family gatherings at some point, during the holidays, depending on, like I said, once again, what the rules are, if you have a wife. And there's a bunch of other things that your wife possibly could do that just a regular girlfriend or somebody like that couldn't do. And so I think 2Pac understood that at that particular time, and he's seen the benefits of all of what that was, as far as her trying to help him get out of prison, maybe reaching out to certain people in regards to his business matters and things like that. And a girlfriend wouldn't be able to do that and do the things that your wife would be able to do, because like I said, legally, she would be able to execute things on his behalf that just the normal girlfriend wouldn't be able to. And also, it was said that she was the one that actually reached out to Suge in regards to 2Pac trying to get out of prison. I don't know if that's true, but that's been the prevailing conversation around that. But like I said, once again, if that did happen, she would be one of the people who would be able to do that, as well as, well, if it was any bank stuff, check stuff, lawyer stuff, all of those things were I would think more important than just him marrying her to get conjugal visits. But I did a little research, and I'm going to basically get into it like this. It says, in April of 1995, while he was still in prison, he married Keisha Morris, whom he'd been dating for about 6 months before he was put in jail. Eminently responsible and level-headed, she was going to school and holding down a job. She didn't smoke drugs. She didn't immediately have sex with him. Morris basically said that on their first date, they saw a movie, and then 2Pac prevailed on her to stay in his hotel room. When she insisted on going to bed fully dressed, he protested only that you could take off your sneakers. In the deposition he gave in the civil case brought against him by the family of a young man who murdered the Texas state trooper, 2Pac described his new wife. She's 22. She's a Scorpio. She just graduated from John Jay College with a degree in criminal science, and she's taken a year off. She's going to go to law school. She's nice. She's quiet. She's a square. She's a good girl. She's my first and only girlfriend I've ever had in my entire life, and now she's my wife. So that's basically why 2Pac married her. I don't think that, I could give you any more information in regards to why he married her than that. But like I said, once again, people have been going around, and I think the incendiary statements in regards to, yeah, he married her, cause so he could have, have sex with her or have, conjugal visits and things like that. People, they drop to the lowest denominator when thinking about something, right? And so if they don't really know anything about, prison, all of the other benefits and things like that, holiday visits, visits that last longer, if it's your wife and things like that, all the religious things, that can the breaks and benefits that you can get if you're married. And like I said, and some of the things that I mentioned earlier, people always drop to the lowest denominator, sex. You know what I mean? Which is cool. And like I said, I'm sure, they kissed and all of those things and so on and so forth. And, in regards to that. But like I said, 2Pac basically, he explained it, she was an intelligent young lady, and I think that was appealing to him. You know what I mean? If you wanted, somebody in your life, at that particular time, you didn't want somebody who was exactly like you. You would want somebody who would be your polar opposite. And like he said, she didn't smoke, you know what I mean? She was going to school, she graduated from John Jay College, criminal science. She knew a little bit about the law in regards to certain things. And so from that perspective, I think that she would have been, at that particular time, his best option. You know what I mean? He didn't want no tackhead groupie. You know what I mean? Somebody who don't know nothing. She was just hanging out with them, and all of a sudden, he I'm gonna, because I think if that was the case, he could have married anybody. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show you 2Pac's thinking and how he thought about what a life partner would be like if he would have actually truly honestly settled down. He wanted somebody to compliment him, and I think Keisha at that particular time was the individual that complimented him, and from what he said and his observation and his explanation, I think that I think he was right. So, so if that answers your question, I would absolutely positively have to say no, based on what 2Pac had said in regards to why he married her, why he found her beautiful, appealing, attractive, and he would trust her with his business affairs and some of the things that we might not know that she handled on his behalf. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. The sister from Tupelo, Mississippi. Yeah. So please, when you hear certain things about people in regards to 2Pac, like I said, once again, you got to be very careful about the information that you take in. You know what I mean? Me personally, like I said, I knew 2Pac personally. I don't know all of his business, like I said, but the question that you asked me, I'm definitely going to do my due diligence and do the research, to find, the answer to that question. And then so that for future reference, if anybody else has that same question based on something that they may have heard somewhere else that sounds a little bit more salacious and juicy, you know what I mean? They will come over here to Straight Game TV, and you could tell them, you know what? You got to go to Straight Game TV to hear what he's saying over there, because like I said, he's giving unbiased opinions and things like that, and he's just giving you the facts. He ain't giving you his feelings, So like I said, from the sister from Tupelo, Mississippi, I hope this answers your question. Your boy DELRAY, Straight Game.